The fourth category of plants is symbiotes. The relationship is called a symbiotic relationship. Now it is a relationship, so there is existence of more than one group of plants in this. Symbiotic relationship is where two different categories of organism coexist together and they help each other. One example of this is the lichen. Lichen are categories of plant groups which has got cohabiting algae and fungi. They live together one inside the other. The fungus forms thread-like structures. The hypha of fungus, that is the main body of the fungus, are colorless thread-like structures, and in between these cohabitat the algal cells. The alga is green in color and hence can perform photosynthesis. The fungus provides shelter to the alga which is trapped within the fungus, and the green alga produces food and helps the fungus to provide the nutrition. So it is a mutually helpful relationship, and such a relationship is called as a symbiotic relationship. You can see these lichens on trees, forest trees, as ash color patches, as you see in the photograph. Very familiar. There are different categories of lichens. Variety of textures are present in the lichens. You will study them in your higher classes. Another example of this symbiotic association is the growth of bacterium rhizobium inside the root nodules of legume plant. Legume plant is a plant which produces a pod-like fruit, like the beans, mutton, chickpea, dals. All these are examples of legumes. Even tamarind is a legume which has got pod-like fruit. And these plants have the capacity to fix atmospheric nitrogen because they have got a friend living in their roots. This friend is the rhizobium bacteria. The rhizobium bacteria lives inside the root nodules of the legume plants, and you can see the roots have got bulged portions where it harbors the bacteria. So the plant gives shelter and food for the bacteria, whereas the bacteria in turn helps the plant to absorb nitrogen from the soil. So legume category of plants need not be provided with a nitrogenous source of fertilizer. They have got their own manufacturing unit for nitrogen source. So these are supposed to be a rich source of nitrogen. Sometimes you will find these legumes cut down and put under other plants so that they provide nitrogen to the plant. Now when plants grow in the soil, the nutrients from the soil continuously gets removed. Now how can we replenish the soil with nutrients? This can be done in so many different ways. Sometimes manures are added, sometimes fertilizers are added, so that the soil becomes rich in nutrient. You can even see wastes of plant material added onto the soil, or ash is added. All these will replenish nutrients in the soil and help the farmers to grow crops. Now sometimes it is the rhizobium rich legume plant which is grown and they are plowed into the soil so that the soil becomes a rich source of nitrogen. So nutrients in the soil have to be continuously replenished if the farmer has to have a better produce. Now let us all perform an activity to look at the structure of bread mold, the fungus that grows on bread. When bread is kept outside for a long period, You will first find a white cottony patch growing on it. If you remove the threads of this white cottony patch, place it under the microscope, put a stain of methylene blue onto it so that you can view it under the microscope and look at the structure, you will get the magnified view that is shown in the slide. The thread-like hypha or mycelium of the fungus spread across the food material, and there are structures called as the fruiting bodies coming out of the fungal hypha. They have got a tiny head-like structure which is called as the sporangia, which breaks open and it releases the spores. This is the way the fungus spreads. There are hundreds of such spores floating in the air. So when you place a bread or any other food material moist enough for it to fall down and germinate, it grows into the white cottony patch-like structure. Along with the slides, I will be posting for you a video on how to observe the bread mold under the microscope, so you will get a first-hand experience on how to look at the microbe, the bread mold. So this is a saprotroph and it grows on dead organic matter, and it reproduces through the sporangia and the spores. So this is a very wonderful activity to be performed. You can watch the video to get a first-hand experience. Thank you children for listening.